There was no argument, no goodbye, no betrayal, just silence. At first, you don't even notice it, because silence never arrives all at once. It slips into your life quietly. One unanswered message, one canceled plan, one forgotten birthday, one friend who says, "I'll text you later," but never does. You tell yourself they're just busy. Everyone gets busy. Life happens, so you don't think much of it. Not yet. Then one morning you wake up and reach for your phone. The screen lights up. No messages. No missed calls. No notifications. Nothing. You stare at the screen for a few seconds before putting it back down. It's only one morning. It doesn't mean anything. Or at least, that's what you tell yourself. The next day is the same. Then, the day after that. Without realizing it, you begin checking your phone more often. Not because someone texted you, but because you're hoping someone finally will. You unlock your phone. Open the same app. Close it. Open another one. Refresh. Nothing. Again. Nothing. Slowly, something begins to change. Not in your phone. Inside your mind. You replay old conversations. Maybe I talked too much. Maybe I said something stupid. Maybe they're tired of me. Maybe they never liked me in the first place. One thought becomes another. Then another. Until your imagination becomes louder than reality. The strange thing about loneliness is that it rarely begins when people leave. It begins when your mind starts counting everyone who didn't stay. You notice two friends hanging out together. They didn't invite me. Someone replies to another person's comment online. They ignored mine. A coworker walks past without saying hello. They must be avoiding me. Your brain starts connecting dots that were never connected. It builds a story. And the worst part is that the story feels true. Because emotions don't ask for evidence. They only ask to be believed. Here's something most people never realize. Your brain hates uncertainty more than almost anything else. Thousands of years ago, being separated from your tribe could mean death. If no one came looking for you, you probably weren't coming back. That ancient survival system still lives inside you. Today, it isn't watching for wild animals. It's watching for social rejection. That's why a single unanswered message can ruin your entire day. Not because the message itself matters, but because your brain desperately wants an explanation, and when it can't find one, it creates one. Usually, the worst possible one. Imagine hearing a noise in the middle of the night. You don't know what caused it. For a brief moment, your mind imagines someone breaking into your house. Not because it's the most likely answer, because uncertainty makes your brain prepare for danger. Silence works the same way. When someone disappears without explanation, your imagination fills the empty space. And imagination is rarely kind. Days become weeks. Eventually, you stop texting first. Not because you've moved on, because you're afraid. Afraid of confirming what your mind already believes. Then, something unexpected happens. One friend finally replies, "Sorry, I've been overwhelmed lately." Another says, "I thought you needed some space." Someone else admits, "I kept meaning to answer." Then, life got in the way. Suddenly, the story you've been telling yourself begins to collapse. Not because people never cared, but because reality was never the same as the version your fear created. That's the trap. Silence doesn't always tell you what other people think. Sometimes, it only tells you what you fear the most. Maybe your worth was never measured by how many notifications appeared on your screen. Maybe it was measured by how quickly you believed silence meant rejection. The phone was never the prison. Your imagination was. So the next time your phone stays quiet, don't ask, "Why doesn't anyone care about me?" Ask something far more important. What story is my mind creating? Without any evidence? Because sometimes, the loudest voice in your life isn't another person. It's the narrator inside your own head. And that narrator isn't always telling the truth. Maybe the silence wasn't trying to punish you. Maybe it was giving you something you've avoided for years. The chance to discover who you are when nobody is watching. Every story reveals something hidden. The question is, what did this one reveal about you?